Spiky Bits.
Hey guys, MBG here today to go over the new Warriors of Chaos releases for this weekend. We got 5 new boxes and a new army book to take a look at today. So, let's get to it. Okay, we're taking a look at the new Warriors of Chaos fantasy box set of Forsaken models, which is basically, if you're familiar with Chaos Space Marines, they are the possessed of the fantasy world. If you take a closer look there, you can see some crazy looking possessed bits that are gonna really make some good conversions for all sorts of things. On the back kind of shows you how they rank up. Let's get into here, get a good look. Instruction manual, that's all well and fine. Let's take a look at the meat. So we got a bunch of different, looks to be about three normal size screws. All pretty much stocked with crazy looking amounts of heads with tentacles. I've got some different shoulder pads and things all over the place here. Hooves, arms. It's pretty much a kit basher's dream right here. Here's another one. Some tabards. Crazy looking mutated arms, random legs, and things like that. Now I think these guys, they don't have a specific way they can be armed, but pretty much you know, they just kind of roll on the chart and they get different powers. So there's a look at the hole sprue there. You can see some different, you can actually mark them too, which is kind of nice, but there's some, you know, cut nice little hammer, some marks, all sorts of different things here. So it's at least 2 identical sprues, so you can definitely, I mean, there's enough on here to get some good variety, but like I said, it's definitely a cool kit, definitely worth picking up if you're trying to kit bash, or obviously if you need to field them for the for, you know, Warriors of Chaos army. But definitely a lot of crossover potential with Warhammer 40k as well, if you're on the fence as far as that goes. So that's a look at the new Warhammer Fantasy Forsaken models for Warriors of Chaos. Hey guys, now we're going to take a look at Dragon Ogres for Warriors of Chaos. You might remember these guys as being little kind of puny pewter figures for a very long time, and then they were hard to get, and let me tell you, those days are over, because these are some beautiful models. They have tons of conversion potential for all sorts of different things. And I tell you what, man, they've really, you know, sometimes people knock the models GW puts out, but they knocked one out of the park with this one, because I really like these models. And of course, the heads are definitely styled after the little orc goblin things in the 5th element, but man, I'm okay with it. I think they look cool. So let's take a look at the sprues here. Now that's the little you've seen these bases before, the demigriff bases out of Empire. So it looks like we've got another set of cavalry type units that use those. So here's a look at the first sprue. Definitely a multi-part kind of looking bodies and things, and then all the hooves or claws, I guess, are separate. You can arm them differently. You can do the hand weapon or the two-handed things, the two-handed options and things like that. So there's obviously options for that. Then you've got different head options as well. You got armored heads versus non-armored heads, and just crazy amounts of weapons and different looking things you can throw on here. I mean, look at that. Would not want to be on the receiving end of that thing. So beautiful looking detail. I have not put one of these together yet, but I really hope they go together very well, as well as some of the other cavalry type models they've done for a while. So obviously you can tell these are kind of, you know, you get a couple different, I think it's one duplicated sprue. I think it's this one here. Yeah, that one there is duplicated, but for the rest of them, it's not that big of a deal. You can make them look different. So I don't know, overall I like these guys. I think they had the plastic treatment. Definitely, they definitely had it coming for a long time, because these models are pretty spectacular, and I can't wait to see somebody that does something with these for Chaos Space Marines, or even anything else, any other type of conversion. I love seeing different looking stuff. So there's a look at the Warhammer Warriors of Chaos Dragon Ogres. Okay, so here's the big baddie everybody's been talking about, the Warhammer Warriors of Chaos Slaughter Brute. And from what I can tell, just like the rest of the bigger kits they've been putting out, from the Helldrake to the Mauler Fiends and things like that, it pretty much has one static pose that you can switch up between two different versions of the kit. So, I mean, while it's disappointing, I'd like a little bit more, you know, movement, less static. You know, if you take two of these, they're going to basically look the same unless you do some major conversion work, and we're talking about a pretty expensive kit. But other than that, I mean, take a look. It's a beautiful looking model. They've definitely come a long ways, and I'm hoping when we get some new Tyranid stuff that they definitely take a cue from this kit, because it is spectacular looking. It's basically two main sprues and a rule book, and all this fits on a Chariot base. Woo! That's kind of crazy. I didn't expect that, but what can you say? So obviously there's going to be, you know, a ton of just kind of muscle type pieces that just kind of go together, and the legs even are like, you know, two-part hollow kind of deal. I'm not sure what kind of conversion potential you have here. You might be able to, you know, kit bash it with something else to make some sort of Chaos Space Marine thing or something like that, or something different. Here's the basically accessory sprue where you can kind of determine which kit you make. So the tentacles bits are really dope looking, and I think you could use that for a lot of different things, but I don't know if the price tag is worth it just for that. So obviously a ton of cool looking stuff, and you can kind of get the idea of the scale just by seeing it on this video, I hope. So overall, a cool kit. Definitely nothing wrong with it, besides, you know, the kind of static look to it, which was a little bit disappointing. But hey, what can you say? Models keep coming out, and they keep, at least for me, looking better and better. So there's a quick look at the Warhammer Warriors of Chaos Slaughter Brute model. Next up is a look at a new twist on an old favorite. Remember the Chaos Chariot? The old metal one had been around for quite some time, and well, it definitely deserved a rework. And as you can see here, this thing looks outright deadly. And there's actually two versions of it. You've got the normal Warriors of Chaos Chariot with the armor and you know, weapons and riders and stuff, or you have the Gorbeast Chariot, which actually does some pretty cool impact hits. And then you got, you know, an extra guy on foot, which is pretty neat. The bits in here are also pretty spectacular. Definitely worthy of conversion back to 40K. Of course, you get the Chariot base and such. So here's a look at the cowling sprue, and I really like how they did all these little chains and such for, you know, the harnesses and things like that. This looks to be the beast. So there's a whole sprue here with his harness and things like that. Very cool stuff. Very intricately detailed. Here you've got the riders and the Lord and the horses. Look at that cape right there. That's oof. That is crazy good looking. Then you've got the warrior bodies, crazy looking axes. Like I said, huge potential for crossover of 40K. Or you could just use them in your rank and file Warriors of Chaos lines. Here's the actual Chariot sprue itself. Some cool looking wheels. Then you got some Chaos Star hubcaps. What else we got here? Just different armaments and things like that. Things to put on it would be super scary. But you can definitely do some pretty cool conversion work, some sort of additional mecha things for some sort of walkers and maybe a Hellbrute or something like that. Hard to say. Definitely another kit full of great bits, and well, obviously if you need it for the game as well, it's definitely worth that. So, but that's a quick look at the new Warhammer Warriors of Chaos Chariot, and well, two-part kit there. I'm MBG Rob Bear. Thanks for watching my video. Spiky Bits.